Welcome to this episode of On the Record, your official source of information from Bossier Schools.
Our elementary friends had a great time celebrating Dr. Seuss's birthday and observing Read Across America Week. And so did our business and community leaders who shared their love for literacy and showed that real men read too.
Something else we look forward to every year is Special Olympics, where our athletes take to the track and field for a day of competition and big wins.
And direct your attention to the skies overhead. The amazing Thunderbirds are screaming into town for some high-flying fun and precision maneuvers at the 2025 Defenders of Liberty Air Show.
Hi everyone, I'm Jason Rowland. Welcome to On the Record with Bossier Schools. We're glad to have you joining us today.
And I'm Sonia Bales. As you can tell, it is busy in Bossier as students get ready, first of all, for state testing. They have been receiving a lot of encouragement and also visitors at their schools.
You know, Read Across America Week is celebrated around the birthday of Dr. Seuss, and which not only promotes the joy of reading, but also just the passion and the love for being around what is fun about reading. And so it's an important message not only for our educators, but also for the community members that come in and really put on a good show for our students as they not only read to them, but read through them.
Yeah, they love the visitors, the interaction. And you know, something that they do that's really unique at Meadowview Elementary, they've been doing this for a number of years now, is they invite businessmen to come to their classrooms and to serve as role models to the students and read to them and just emphasize that, you know, reading is cool and real men read too.
We really came up with the idea based on Dr. Seuss and Read Across America. Read Across America Week is nationally recognized. And so we started doing it just to invite the men from the community to come into the school to read to our scholars.
Well, I think it's important because a lot of our guys, our young kids, they don't really see reading as something that's cool. You know, video games have been prevalent, sports, and so books have been pushed to the back burner. So I think it's important for them to see successful men in the community come in and show that they care about them and that reading is cool.
You know, this is, I'm not sure which year this is that we've had staff come down and read to the kids, and now we have to kind of cull the folks that want to come because everybody wants to come, but somebody's got to stay back and run the bank. But it's important to us to come and model behaviors that are important when the kids grow up, and to see adults in a different light, maybe see some familiar faces that are smiling back at them. And it's just reading is such an important skill that folks have to develop to be successful as adults, and anything we can do to reinforce that is important to us, and it's an honor to do it.
Mr. Dragon, they dug up his tree and they put him inside with horses.
Mix, mix, mix.
Mix, mix, mix.
Cat, cat, cat.
Oh, I am smushed, and yet smushing you has brought me no joy. So the rock did beat the apricot, right?
Yeah.
So what beats rock? All right, we're going on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ready?
Paper, scissors, shoot.
You had the kids so engaged with rock, paper, scissors. I think you enjoyed it almost as much, if not more than them.
I just lost every time. I mean, they're so much better at it. They're so much better at it than I am. Is ridiculous. And not only that, but I always do a little game with them about I always love to see their mindset when it comes to the age of people. Because a child, just their mind, the way they think, they see things.
I'm not playing that game.
I love the extremes. You know, 83 years old from one student, all the way to 35 to another. So it's everything in between. But fun time, fun time.
Well, no question, children love being read to, and you know, reading with them at home is so important. Beginning as young as a birth. It builds vocabulary, it builds language skills, and it just also creates a foundation of learning. So we cannot stress enough the importance of literacy.
No doubt. And I'm also a big believer in kids getting outside and enjoying what is so great about being out in creation, being physically active. And one of the things that we do well in Bossier Parish, one of the many things, is Special Olympics. And this year was no different. Just a fantastic event, 2-day event where we got to see our elementary, middle, and high school students have an opening ceremony and then get to participate in track and field events and a large community outpouring of people coming out and being a part of the event, and just a great day for everybody involved. Thanks to our special education team, Dr. Vicki Younger, Dr. Debbie Gegg, all those that were involved with this, that coordinate and organize this event, all the way to our on-site teachers that make sure our students are well equipped, taken care of, hydrated, and everybody's communicating and just celebrating a special, special time in Bossier Parish.
It was a huge turnout, and I do love how Bossier Schools Special Olympics really provides an inclusive culture, if you will, for our students, and provides a level playing field for the track and field competitions that are going on. And also, their classmates turn out to cheer them on, along the sidelines. So if you need a smile for the day, here it is. During the opening ceremonies, they also have what they call the athlete's oath at Special Olympics, and it goes, "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt." And I really love that.
Sonia, when we look back on the Special Olympics, it's a consistent theme that I know people get tired of hearing me talk about, but it's another opportunity that we give to all of our students. Somebody every student in Bossier Parish is going to have an opportunity to do something that's going to create memories in their educational experience. And so that's why I keep repeating it over and over and over again. Bossier Schools is it's not only the best option, it's the only option for our kids to come and just have an educational experience that's going to be a marker for their life. And that's what is so cool about the things that our system provides for not only the students, but for the parents and also the community as a whole.
Yeah, I completely agree. Tell you what, they experience the joy for sure of being outside, physical exercise, and just the camaraderie with their peers.
You know, it's almost time for Wheels Up as we
Yes.
head out to Barksdale Air Force Base for the Defenders of Liberty Air Show. The biannual event is going to take place on March 29 and 30. We are super excited because Bossier Schools is going to have a massive presence out on base inside the wire on those 2 days, and we're excited for the coming show.
Yeah, everything starts, first of all, with that Thursday, because we're going to have leadership panels at 2 of our high schools leading up to everything going on at Barksdale Air Force Base. And then not only will there be incredible aerobatic performances, but also static displays and a STEM zone for kids. We got the chance to catch up with the director of the air show and also the executive director of Starbase to hear more. We're so excited to have Captain Miller Trant, also known as Gator, that's his call sign, with us here today. He is the director of the Defenders of Liberty Air Show, and also Richard Scott, who's the executive director at Starbase. Lots of STEM activities going on this year at the air show, and they're going to tell us about everything going on.
We want to welcome you guys to our set today, and thank you for joining us. This, again, just an honor to have you with us and to give us some insight about some things that we're going to see over the next week or so. When I was principal at Airline, I loved the days leading up to the air show. We would sit outside in the afternoon and watch a lot of the stuff going on. So with the Defenders of Liberty show coming back to Bossier Parish, coming back to Barksdale, Captain, what can we expect? What can we expect this year?
Yeah, we're very excited for this air show. What you can expect is something that you don't really see at a lot of air shows. So we have a lot of big airplanes in the air all at once, flying in formation.
The air show, the first air show at Barksdale, goes all the way back to 1933, so there really is a rich bomber heritage, and that's going to be on full display with a trio flight.
Absolutely. We'll have the B-52, the B-1, and the B-2 all in formation, so all the military heritage and bomber fleet will be all flying at once. So
in addition to the Thunderbirds and their death-defying stunts.
Yeah, Thunderbirds are headlining the air show. We're very excited to have them back again, and yeah, they'll be in and off the show as the headliner, like you said.
And then in addition, you also have static displays.
Yes, ma'am. So we have a huge variety of airplanes. So we've got civilian airplanes, current military airplanes, the warbirds, of course, so that's what a lot of people travel for. So you can expect a B-25, a C-47, C-45, all have some sort of ties to Barksdale and our military history all right there. People can touch, crawl inside, get up close and personal, and then see them fly.
And of course, we've got Mr. Richard Scott from Starbase with us here today, and we know that there's been a massive influence or impact as far as the virtual STEM piece that is going to happen. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see out there at the air show as far as some of the results from what we're seeing happen at Starbase?
Yes. Now, the results just aren't Starbase. The results are this whole area. Education has really been pushing our kids to do better, to learn new things, and that's going to be on display. So our Starbase STEM zone has gotten bigger every year. We started this in 2019 at the request of the Air Force because they require a STEM education component now at all air shows. We started in a small hangar, and it's gotten bigger every single year.
And it starts off on that Friday where several hundred Bossier Parish 7th graders are actually going to be there for a STEM career day.
Correct. So we have 30 career stations.
Oh,
wow.
And when we say career stations, we know our kids, they reach for the stars, so we don't know what they're going to do. So we want to supply everything. Do they want something fresh out of school so they can take a break from learning? Do they want to go to vocational school? Do they want to go to college? So we have a wide range. We have the local fire department, the sheriff department. We have the career technical schools. We have military squads on base demonstrating their careers. We have a wide variety. And then, of course, the one centerpiece will be the Air Force is bringing their human cargo mission, which is a simulator not for normal military things that people don't realize, but for humanitarian aid. So when we deliver humanitarian aid all over the world, how do you do that in a plane?
And it's hands-on interactive.
Yes,
the
it's
kids will
all
actually be able to
hands-on.
move cargo
there's
onto.
They have to put it on a scale and weigh how much they're going to distribute, decide how far the parachute goes. So there's all these STEM components, using those math and science skills that they learn in school, applying it to here's how you use that in the real world.
Sonia mentioned that we're going to have several hundred middle schoolers on base inside the wire on Friday, and at 9 a.m. the Thunderbirds are going to actually speak to them. What can our young people expect?
What they can expect from the Thunderbird speaking is just getting them familiar with what the Thunderbird mission is all about, what the Air Force mission is all about, what they can expect if they do decide to join the military, because the Thunderbird team has every career field in that one team. So it's not just the flyers, it is the public affairs, the logistics, the comm troops, things like that. So just gets them familiar with what all the military has to offer.
We can't wait for the shows to kick off. We can't wait to get on base. We know that our employees, the Bossier Parish employees, will be allowed to come on base at 8. What are some of the restrictions or things that we need to be aware of in preparation for massive crowds to get inside the wire?
Yeah, just being proactive with going on our website. The Defenders of Liberty airshow.com website has a list of what you can and cannot bring on there. I'm not going to go into the whole list, but just be smart, be proactive, go onto that list, figure out what you can bring. Soft-sided water bottles is the big thing. So no weapons, obviously. We will have screeners out there with security forces screening that. You will be turned away to go back to your car. So just all I can say is just be smart.
And a shuttle bus this year is available.
Yes, ma'am. So we took what we learned last year from parking. We wanted to bring as many people on base to experience what we've been planning for the last 15 months. So Bossier Parish Community College will be an off-base parking location. We've partnered with SportTran. They've got 10 buses. They'll be going all day, starting about 8:45 to get you on base at 9. They'll be rolling all day long. So,
one of the highlights of Bossier Parish, one of the highlights for Barksdale, one of the highlights for Northwest Louisiana is anytime we have an air show, and we are so excited to have the Defenders of Liberty show March 29 and 30 right out of Barksdale Air Force Base, and we encourage everyone to come and be a part of what we're going to get to experience next weekend.
Yeah, open to the public, free admission. That's a deal you can't beat, right?
Can't beat that.
All right, thanks for joining us. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Once again, the Defenders of Liberty Air Show is going to be Saturday and Sunday, March 29th and 30th. Gates open at 9 a.m. The North Gate and also the main gate, the West Gate, coming from the Shreveport-Barksdale Bridge. Carpooling is highly encouraged unless you take advantage of the shuttle at Bossier Parish Community College. The show starts at 11 a.m. and admission is free.
Before we go, we have a few superintendent shout-outs that we want to make. We want to congratulate Bossier High Senior Michelle Hood and Plain Dealing High Senior Katie Green for being honored as Virginia K. Sheehy Most Influential Young Women. These remarkable young ladies are leaders at their school and actively involved in the community throughout philanthropy, and we are so proud of them for being recognized for this prestigious award. Couldn't think of two finer girls in Bossier Parish.
Absolutely. And you know, speaking of excellence, we're also excited to announce that 2 Bossier Parish educators have advanced in the state competition for Louisiana Principal of the Year and New Teacher of the Year. Jennifer Burris is now a semifinalist for State Principal of the Year. She's a 25-year educator who has spent the last 5 of those as principal at Benton Intermediate School. Michael Shelton is a finalist for Louisiana New Teacher of the Year. He's in his first year of teaching as an 8th grade science teacher at Russian Middle School. They're going to be honored in July at the Cecil J. Picard Educator Excellence Gala, at which time the overall state winners will be announced. Of course, we're looking forward to being there to cheer them on all the way.
We always look forward to being in New Orleans in July. That means we have educators being celebrated, recognized, and possibly being named state winners.
That's right. We love making it a tradition for sure.
That is a wrap for this edition of On the Record with Bossier Schools. You know, if you have not done so, please like and subscribe up to the channel. We want you to be notified every time an episode drops. That way you can click on and see what is happening behind the scenes at Bossier Schools.
And there's always a lot. Until then, you're up to date. Thanks for joining us.
This has been a Bossier Schools production. Join us next time when we go On the Record with Bossier Schools.